Hello friends, welcome back to our video lecture series on course titled Fluid Mechanics 2. As we are gradually varied flow, and as we have discussed in the previous lecture, of the gradually in this lecture we will see some alternative forms of gradually varied flow equation which are generally used while analyzing the GVF and which are based on two different formulas, Manning's equation and chezy's equation. So as usual, before proceeding further, we will revise our previous lecture. So you can simply pause this video here and you can revise all those things what we have discussed in the previous lecture, assumptions, and this was our dynamic equation of the GVF. So it was in terms of Q and A, and it was in terms of Froude number. And what we have discussed, three possible values of the dy upon dx, that is change in depth of flow along the x direction, maybe 0, maybe greater than 0 positive, maybe less than 0 negative. So let's proceed for the today's lecture. We are going to derive some alternative forms of this equation, GVF equation, by using first Manning's equation and again by using chezy's equation. As we have discussed in the very first lecture while making the assumptions, we have discussed that this chezy's equation and Manning's equation can be used for the computation of slope of energy line. If we are considering GVF, then obviously this slope will become equal to slope of energy line. So that we are going to make use here. So we are going to discuss alternative forms of GVF equation which are applicable for the wide rectangular channel. Now we should know what is meant by the wide rectangular channel. So in case of wide rectangular channel, depth of flow will be considerably very small as compared to width of the channel. Now in this case, area of the flow can be calculated as B multiplied by Y, and weighted perimeter can be calculated as B plus twice of Y. But if we consider wide rectangular channel, in that case 2y will be very small as compared to B, that is width of channel. So we can simply write down our weighted perimeter P is equal to B. So we can calculate hydraulic radius A by P is equal to B multiplied by Y divided by B. So our hydraulic radius is coming out as R is equal to Y, that is depth of flow. So this is what the difference between our normal rectangular channel and when we are considering wide rectangular channel. At that time we are simply neglecting this depth of flow while computing the hydraulic radius or while computing the weighted perimeter. So let's proceed for the computation of alternative form of the GVF which is applicable for the wide rectangular channel. So in this case we will go one by one. First we will use Manning's equation for the computation of dynamic equation or for the derivation of dynamic equation of the GVF which is applicable for the wide rectangular channel. So we know that Manning's equation, which is given by V is equal to 1 upon n s raised to 1 by 2 r raised to 2 by 3, or simply in the form of q I can write down as q is equal to a 1 upon n s raised to 1 by 2 r raised to 2 by 3. The same equation we have discussed while discussing the open channel flow. Now we know that this a can be replaced as b multiplied by y, this s will remain same, and this r will be replaced with the y, what we have discussed for the wide rectangular channel, hydraulic radius is equal to y. So by putting all those values and by doing the multiplication of those two, y and y multiplied by y raised to 2 by 3, what equation we will get for the q here? Q is equal to 1 upon n multiplied by b multiplied by s raised to 1 by 2 multiplied by y raised to 5 by 3. Now this will be our equation which we are going to use, Manning's equation, which we are going to use for the computation of alternative form of GVF equation which is applicable for the wide rectangular channel. So when we have considered it as wide rectangular channel, when we have replaced this r with the y only, so this equation will become only applicable for the wide rectangular channel. Now there may be two conditions. So basically we can consider this equation will be applicable for the uniform flow condition and this equation will be applicable for the gradually varied flow condition. Now we will consider both the condition. First, when flow is gradually varied flow, at that time this slope in this equation can be written as slope of energy line, and this y will be variable because our depth of flow is going to change along the x direction. So this y will be variable. In that case, this equation can be simply written as q is equal to 1 upon n multiplied by y raised to 5 by 3 multiplied by s raised to 1 by 2. Just simply give this equation as equation number 1. Now in the another condition, this we are going to consider when flow is uniform. Now when flow is uniform, obviously this s will become equal to the bed slope s of 0, and this y will become constant, that is it will no longer be a variable and it will be a constant. So I can simply write it as normal depth, that is represented as yn. So remember that whenever I am indicating yn, that is normal depth of flow, that means that it is the condition of uniform flow. In that case we are considering this is the depth which is corresponding for the uniform flow. So by simply replacing this y with yn and s with the s of 0, our Manning's equation can be written as q is equal to 1 upon n yn raised to 5 by 3 multiplied by s0 raised to 1 by 2. Simply give this equation as equation number 2. Now I am simply going to divide here equation 1 with the equation 2. So what I am getting here, by simply dividing our equation 1 by equation 2, what we will get here, q upon q, it will become 1. This 1 upon n will get cancelled. Y upon yn raised to 5 by 3 and s of f raised to 1 by 2 divided by s of 0 raised to 1 by 2. Now I can simply write down this equation by sending this yn on this side and this y dividing on that side. So what equation I am getting here for the s of f raised to 1 by 2 divided by s of 0 raised to 1 by 2 is equal to yn raised to 5 by 3 divided by y raised to 5 by 3. So for the equation for the s of f, that is ratio of slope of energy line to the bed slope, is given by yn divided by y raised to 5 by 3 multiplied by 2, that I can simply write it as yn upon y raised to 10 by 3. So if I want to write down the equation for the s of f only, in that case I can simply write down s of f is equal to s of 0 by multiplying this s of 0 on this side multiplied by yn divided by y raised to 10 by 3. Now I am simply going to put this value of the s of f in our equation of the GVF, which is basic equation of the GVF, basic dynamic equation. So simply putting that value of s of f here, what I will get here, dy upon dx is equal to s of 0 minus s of 0 multiplied by yn raised to 10 by 3 divided by 1 minus q square upon q square t upon g a cube. Now I am simply going to consider this term and we will try to just modify this term. So we know that this term can be written as q square upon a square multiplied by t upon a multiplied by 1 upon g. So I am simply going to put all the values of the a here. So I can simply, if I am considering wide rectangular channel, obviously this top width will become equal to the bottom width, because in case of rectangular channel top width t is equal to b. For the wide rectangular channel, this area can be written as b multiplied by y, and this a also written as b multiplied by y. So after putting those values, what I am getting here, b square multiplied by y square multiplied by b multiplied by y multiplied by 1 upon g. So this 1b and 1b will get cancelled. What equation I am left here, q square upon b square multiplied by y square multiplied by y, that is b square multiplied by y cube multiplied by g. Now I can simply replace this q upon b with the discharge per unit width. So q square upon b square will be equal to q square, small q square, that is discharge per unit width, which is measured as q upon b multiplied by 1 upon y cube multiplied by g. Now we know that whatever this q square upon g can be replaced at we know that critical depth is given by q square upon g raised to 1 by 3. So I can simply replace this q square upon g is equal to yc cube by taking cube root on both sides. So what equation I am getting here, yc cube is equal to q square upon g. So I can simply replace this whole term q square upon g with the yc cube. So what equation we are left here, q square t upon ga cube is equal to yc cube upon y cube. Now by simply putting that equation here, and we already put this value of s of f in this equation, what equation we are getting here, dy upon dx is equal to s of 0 minus s of f divided by 1 minus q square upon t divided by ga cube. So by putting value of this q square t upon ga cube is equal to yc cube upon y cube, and this s of f is equal to s of 0 multiplied by yn divided by 2 raised to 10 by 3. After putting those values in this equation, what we are getting here, dy upon dx is equal to s of 0 minus s of 0 multiplied by yn upon y raised to 10 by 3 divided by 1 minus yc cube upon y cube. I can simply take here s of 0 as a common. So what equation we are getting here for the dy upon dx is equal to s of 0 in bracket 1 minus yn upon y raised to 10 by 3 divided by 1 minus yc upon y raised to 3. Now this will be our alternative form of the dynamic equation of the GVF, which is derived by using Manning's equation. So by using Manning's equation, this is the equation, that is alternative form of the GVF equation, which is applicable for the wide rectangular channel. Now we can simply derive the same equation by using chezy's formula. So what is chezy's formula? Now we will proceed for the that derivation. Chezy's formula is given by the equation v is equal to c under root of rs, or can also be written as q is equal to ac under root of rs. Again I am going to put the values of a and r. We know that a is given by b multiplied by y and r is given by R is equal to Y for the wide rectangular channel. So if we are considering wide rectangular channel, or the equation alternative form of the GVF is applicable to the wide rectangular channel, in that case R will be replaced with the Y only. So after putting this value of A and Y, what equation we are getting here? Q is equal to B multiplied by Y multiplied by C raised to S raised to 1 by 2 and Y raised to 1 by 2. So I can simply write down here B multiplied by this Y raised to 1, Y raised to 1 by 2, that will become B multiplied by Y raised to 3 by 2 multiplied by C multiplied by S raised to 1 by 2. Now again we are going to consider same two condition when flow is gradually varied flow and when flow is uniform. So when flow is gradually varied flow, our slope will become slope of energy line, that is S of F. Slope will be replaced with the S of F and Y will be variable. Now when our flow is uniform, at that time our S will become bed slope and Y will become constant, that is Y is equal to Yn, that is normal depth. Remember that, again I am recalling it. Yn is the normal depth which is constant and which is going to represent uniform flow condition. So this, whenever we are talking about the Yn, that means that it is normal depth and it is going to remain a constant. So it will be a condition of uniform flow. Now after putting S is equal to S of F, what equation we are getting here? Q is equal to B multiplied by C multiplied by S of F raised to 1 by 2 multiplied by Y raised to 3 by 2. Just simply give it the equation number 3. Again Q is equal to B multiplied by C multiplied by S of 0 raised to 1 by 2 Yn raised to 3 by 2. Simply give it the equation number 4. Now again similar to the previous case, we are going to divide our equation number, okay, I just simply taken it 1 and 2. It's not 1 and 2, simply take it as equation number 3. Divide our equation number 3 by equation number 4. So we are going to divide our equation number 3 by equation number 4. We will get the similar equation what we have derived previously, but some slightly changes. What we have got previously, S of F upon S of 0 is equal to Yn upon Y raised to 10 by 3. Here we are getting only Q, that is S of F upon S of 0 is equal to Yn upon Y raised to 3. By simply putting this value of S of F, by multiplying this S on right hand side, we can put this value in our basic equation of the GVF, and we have already derived the value of the term Q square T upon Ga cube. We are simply going to make use of it as it is, Yc cube upon Y, and by putting this value of S of 0, S of F is equal to S of 0 multiplied by Yn upon Y raised to 3. We are going to put this value in this equation in the place of S of F. What value we are getting here? By simply taking this S of 0 as a common, as previously we have done the same. So what equation we are getting here? Dy upon dx is equal to S of 0 in bracket 1 minus Yn upon Y raised to 3 divided by 1 minus Yc upon Y whole cube. So this is what equation we are getting here. So this equation we have derived, that is alternative form of GVF equation, which is applicable for the wide rectangular channel, and which we have derived by using chezy's equation. Hope you understood both the equation. Just the difference is that in case of Manning's equation, here there will be a 10 Yn upon Y raised to 10 by 3, and in case of chezy's equation it will be a Yn upon Y raised to 3 only. So hope you understood both the alternative form of the gradually varied flow equation, and both the form are applicable only to the wide rectangular channel. So if our rectangular channel is not wide, in that case both the equation will not applicable. Those are the references which I have used while preparing my presentation. Thank you for watching.